What's up, my cash flower family? All right, so we've got to make a very important video. We've been doing nonstop collaborations, had nonstop guests passing through, and there's some even bigger ones down the road that are coming, okay? But I had to sit and have a few moments with you on my own to do a few things. Number one, I want to give you a walkthrough of the short-term rental, the new house that we just bought. This place is sick. I want to show you guys how we're going to pull out of this thing a minimum of $5,500 per month, and that number is actually closer to $8,000, and over the next coming years should be even above $50,000 per month, not per year, $50,000 per month. Okay, so hopefully that has your attention. Number two, I'm going to respond to Meet Kevin. Now, Meet Kevin just produced a video and called us out on being sort of haters on long-term buy and hold landlording.
And so this is where we go over to Matthew Pillmore over at the VIP Financial Education channel. Appreciate the content they put out. They had a collab and they suggest that buy and hold is a fight, a battle for just a little bit of cash flow.
Of long-term buy and hold, because frankly, it's just a lot of fighting, blood, sweat, and tears for $500 or $600 or $700 each and every month in leftover cash flow.
But conveniently, we could use the same exact argument that I just made against Phil's video to suggest that no, that's not necessarily true. If you find a good wedge deal in real estate, which there are plenty of them out there to be had, you can have pretty sick returns on investment with very little of your own money. Because remember, the bank is amplifying your returns and your tenants are your security blanket for your loans, for your debt.
And I'm sticking by it. I'm sticking by my opinion, and I want to get your opinion. So I'm asking for your comments below. There's more than one way to do things, okay? There's more than one way to create wealth. Kevin is arguing that $200 or $300 a month in leftover cash flow, when added to the principal reduction of a tenant paying your rent, and when added to the appreciation, which is speculative, you should be able to walk away with a decent return on investment. And he's not wrong. But my question to you, and the question I want answered in the comments, is would you rather do it that way, or would you rather walk away with $5,500 a month in hard cash flow? This is net cash flow after everything. This is before principal pay down and before the speculated appreciation, which is just a bonus on top. It's my argument that the workload is about the same. It's my argument that the blood, sweat, tears, sleepless nights, focus, concentration, resources, time, money, effort, stress, time away from family, all the good and the bad, that it's about the same. So if it's going to be comparable there, then why would you ever choose the smaller result? So I've done it both ways, and I'm curious to know what you guys think. But while we're pondering that, let's go ahead and do a quick walkthrough. I'm going to take you on a quick tour. Okay, now sometimes this monitor screen that I can see over here goes out, so I can't see exactly what you see. I don't know how to use these big logging cameras. Frankly, I halfway only know what I'm doing half the time. So on this side, right off the break off, okay? So let me just kind of take you back to the main entry. So we've got the big door here, okay? I'm gonna walk in, and you can see what my life looks like these days. This just came in today, this came in today. We even got styrofoam on the ground, big 4K TV. Had to make sure the screen wasn't broken, so obviously we did it in a messy way. Look at this though, guys. God, isn't the Rhino looking cool? We call her the Rhino because she's gray, of course, but she's actually made out of rhino coating like they put in the back of trucks. So she's invincible. She's got a lot of that local color on her right now. I love that. Messy Jeeps are the best. So we come in, right? We enter in through the big door here. We've got a nice little patio over here. We're gonna put some furniture. We've got a little hanging section. And keep in mind, we designed this house exactly the way we want it, while always keeping in mind what the tenants would want. So we went overboard. It's like, what would you want if you walked into an Airbnb or a short-term rental? What do you want to see? What are the amenities and the added little extras, the perks? So that's what we thought of, which is why we have even things like umbrellas, right? Nashville was rainy. I went out there for Dan Locke. Raining, raining, raining. I'm wondering, where are my umbrellas? In here, we've got just off the left, the living room. We'll come back to this. Seating area. This is where I made a few really great calls today. Free coaching sessions, baby. That's right. I'm taking breaks to call you myself personally. I had 2 amazing calls today. Really incredible. And turn them away. We don't sell. We never sell. So neither one of those people were allowed to sign up even if they wanted to. They're not ready yet. But these views, okay, look at this. We sit here and we get to see that. Tell me that isn't a really nice way to work. Not to mention, I'm wearing Crocs, for crying out loud, guys. That's how you know you're 40 years old, is you do something you said you'd never do. When you're engaged and you're 40, you wear Crocs. All right, so we come into this spare bedroom here. And you can see how we did queen over queen. The bed needs to be made. We're making it for Bricks and Cami. That's right, Bricks and Cami are coming out. So Candace and Bricks are going to be out here again, just as friends. We might do a little bit of filming, but really we just love those two so dearly. You can see that we've decorated with all of the local stuff. So it's going to say Buena Vista. We've got artificial plant life to liven things up. In the closet, we've got hangers to make sure people have somewhere to hang something. Obviously, can't beat the views. Over here, some of the extras, coasters, so that damage doesn't happen here. You can see on the lamps, there's even USB ports. So we're making it much like the hotels do these days. Guys, it's so easy. You just copy hotels. You bring in the local fun. This is what people come here for, right? Sleeping under the stars, roasting marshmallows, relaxing, going fishing, hiking, boating, enjoying yourself in the cabin. We've got local wildlife on the walls. We've got a mirror so people can stare at themselves. People love staring at themselves. Acknowledge those details, folks. We've got noise machines, so there's white noise for sleeping. We've got flashlights that we put batteries into already. As we pass through on the Jack and Jill bathroom with a his and her sink, his, hers, his, hers, whichever, we've got a separate sliding door for the toilet, which was important. We wanted a separate toilet here. We didn't have to do the work, but we were certainly acknowledging that that was helpful. Out every single window comes another beautiful view. Also something that we knew would be popular. We've got a stand-up shower in here. Inside the shower, within just a few weeks, you can see we've thought of every little detail, including, you know, shampoo, conditioner, body soap. That'll be mounted on the wall here. So we provide access to this stuff, including lots of toilet paper, right? So that when guests stay, whether they're our guests or whether they're actual paying guests, they have what they need. Stuff like body lotion. We have sunblock. We have aloe vera in case you get burned. We have bathrobes. We've made both of these spare queen over queen bedrooms the same so that nobody fights over them. And you can see these things are just really, really pretty. Very simple. And as you enter out into the main area, there's a nightlight here to welcome you when it's dark. That's key here, guys. We want to think of all these little touches. So we come into the living space. Look how enormous this couch is and these seats. Now, guys, this is not expensive furniture. It's very high quality, but it's relatively inexpensive because it's mass produced. We thought of everything when it came to things like this, right? Workstation, games. By the way, I don't want to brag, but while we're here, this is Elevation Outdoors Magazine, Best of the Rockies. That says Buena Vista embraces recreation, good living, and the Arkansas River to come out on top. Guys, they're saying that we came out by such a huge margin as the #1 city in the Rocky Mountains. So this is good news for us. And we're going to celebrate it, which is why we have things like Buena Vista, you know, old history photos. We've got mountains on the wall. We've got go stand in nature. We've got stags and horns and, you know, music for people. We've got the firewood ready to go. Little back scratcher. And we've got lots and lots of seating. This place sleeps 12 adults comfortably, so you have to have seating for 12 people comfortably. And it's got to be comfortable. That's why we have a big table and chairs, 8 chairs over here. We've got another 3 over here. We've got more stools over there. And we've got a spare stool on standby here. We've also got a tourist section that we've set up. Now, this was an idea that I stole from one of our Airbnbs that we stayed at actually here in Buena Vista. She had one of these little stations. I thought it was genius, right? All the stuff in town. And what you do is you go in and you make affiliate relationships with all of these amazing adventures, or say, you know, massages and services, right? And you get paid. So I can create income streams for this, or I can discount it for my guests, get better reviews. The kitchen itself. We need to put labels on things, right? So we got a label maker. We got a laminator. We got, you know, I mean, look, this is a trash compactor. How the heck would anybody even know how to open that? Right? So you could put pedal below trash compactor. We've got a dishwasher that's hard to see. It's super heavy. Door's heavy, so it falls, right? That could be bad for the wear and tear on this appliance. So I could put a sticker here that says, heavy door, use caution, right? We've got every cooking device you can think of in here. All brand new. All brand new baking and silverware and you know, mixing bowls, and even better yet, every spice you can possibly imagine, organic. You don't think we want to use that? This is for us. But doesn't it make your stay so much better when there's actual olive oil to use? If you just want to make eggs, do you want to buy a bottle of olive oil when you're in town? No. It makes it so much less convenient. So while most people are probably going to eat out, those that want to cook are going to have everything they could possibly need here. Look, there's the Instant Pot. We've got a massive toaster oven. This holds 2 12-inch pizzas, brand new, never used. You're saying, man, well, I don't have enough money to buy that. Why? You don't have enough money to buy that because you haven't been following our channel? You haven't seen me recommending that you need to be getting money for the last 12+ years? Another point I want to point out about Kevin's video, Kevin's right. Kevin said, hey, I said 10 months ago that you need to be going out and getting HELOCs and PLOCs and BLOCs and have access to money. And you know, it's funny how all of a sudden on Bigger Pockets podcast, they're saying the same thing. Well, I hate to break it to both of you, but I've been saying it for 12 years, guys. I'm the OG of getting access to debt weapons. What do you think I've been talking about? Even if I didn't cash flow the down payment and the closing costs and the furniture and the decor and all the amazing amenities that I'm going to show you throughout this tour, I would have financed it because I could pay a 2% minimum payment obligation on $65,000 worth of stuff, and it would still only end up costing me $1,300 a month. And when you're bringing in $11,000 a month and you're paying 20% of that, or $2,200 to a management company, and when you're paying $3,000 of that to principal, interest, taxes, and insurance, and when you're paying $300 of that to your utilities and Wi-Fi, you still have plenty of money left over to pay 2% of that to your financing, to the down payment, and then you have an infinite return on investment. So you have no money out of pocket. But if you don't have access to $185,000, which is what it required for me to be able to purchase this place and to put all this stuff in it, well, then you better hope you have access to the financing. Okay? And that's why you need coaching. If you haven't signed up for your free coaching session, make sure you get it from the link below. freecoachingcalendar.com is where we can offer you the guidance necessary to put yourself in the best financial position possible. So this isn't even a conversation in the future. Then you're not fighting over $200 or $300 a month. You're actually able to get thousands and thousands of dollars in hard cash flow. Okay, so let's go ahead and take another quick detour here. After we get through the kitchen, we can come into the master bedroom. But before we give you this, let's go ahead and circle back to the entryway. This is just off of the foyer again, okay, which is the what we call music room. This is also an office. Obviously, we do work in here. They've got these great built-ins. This is all from the previous owner. They did a lot of nice carpentry in here. And but we turned it into a music room. We've got a guitar. We've got the ukulele up here. And of course, the piano. Now, this is such a cool piano. Not going to talk a lot about it, but it's so neat. It's a shameless plug here for the one. I'm proud to plug it. I was definitely skeptical, but you plug your phone or your smart, your iPhone or your iPad in here, or your Android, I'm sure works too. You've got an on switch, and then as you're plugged in, you can pick from a whole wide range of popular songs, and it will actually light up the keys so that you can have truly the most instant gratification you'll ever get from playing an instrument. And it is a beautiful, beautiful piano. I mean, it sounds amazing. Weighted keys. It's got a volume control over here, a metronome, and so forth. And then look at that view. How can you lose playing here? All right, guys, so let's go back to the master. Hang with me. We're going to do something big for the environment by the end, and I'm giving away $250. But guys, I can't wait to hear your opinion on whether or not you think Kevin's plan is better or our plan is better. But look, you know which one I'm fighting for. So this is the French doors here off of the master. This goes out into a beautiful little sitting area. Again, 100% privacy here, guys. Right, we've got a little welding shop over here. Hot tub. Sits on 5 acres. There's just nothing like this. We're just a few minutes from town. 12-minute walk. So as we get back into the master bedroom, we pass through. And by the way, before we do that again, white noise machine. These lamps behind them have a USB port. Again, I think just super helpful. We've got local decor. These are the hot springs, Mount Princeton hot springs on the coasters. And then we come into the master bathroom. Sorry, it's a little messy. I'm still trying to live here too, guys, right now. I'm going to be living here forever. We just have to move our stuff around. You can see that we've got a separate bathtub and shower. I think that helps a lot as far as keeping things clean. We also have a dispenser here for the shampoo, conditioner, body wash, again, lotion, hair dryers, irons, steamers. Think of it like a hotel. Even better though, just outside of the master bathroom is a separate doorway to the hot tub. Okay, so this guy is all juiced up and ready to go. "103 degrees. We put coat hangers out here for robes and towels. Convenience, convenience, convenience. Okay, we're gonna come back in. We're gonna wrap this tour up here. There's just a few more things I want to point out. So we've got a master closet, and what I love about this closet is that it actually passes through all the way to the washer dryer units, so it's very easy to get laundry done. All of our clothes are going to remain, you know, easily mobile, so we can move them in and out. When we're using the place, we'll have them here. When we're not using it, we'll be able to store them out in the garage. Real quickly, while I'm here, I just want to share something personal with you guys. This is a painting I just commissioned from an artist named John Bramblett. Now, John Bramblett is actually a blind painter, which is why his logo looks like two eyes with X's through them. And you can see some of his artwork here. Jimi Hendrix. And this is Tom and Mitzi Wood. Now, Tom and Mitzi Wood are my grandparents. These are my mom's parents. Tom, my grandfather, has passed away a few years ago, and really a huge impact on my life and on our whole family. My grandmother, Mitzi, has Alzheimer's, and I just really loved this picture. And in fact, I sent him 2 photographs and he blended them. I said, I want the smile for my grandfather from one, and I want the smile for my grandmother on the other. And he just nailed it. I don't know how he does it. He does it with texture, and it's with his fingers, but you should check out videos here on YouTube with his art because it's so impressive. So we call this property KAMP Wood. KAMP is K-A-M-P with a K for Kellyanne and Matthew Pillmore, and Wood is my mom's maiden name. And so this is really special. When we walk in from the garage, you know, this painting is just here to greet us. A couple other things here, guys. Suggestion box for guests. First aid kit for guests. In the pantry, everything you could need from, you know, the typical stuff to paper towels and toilet paper to, you know, paper plates and cups, and, you know, this is all for our guests' use. We're inviting anybody to use this stuff when they need it. Same thing with cleaning stuff. Then when you come off of this, we've got a whole new seating area in here, and this is actually gonna, with these French doors, convert into another bedroom. And this makes for the 6th and final queen bed, so the place does sleep 12. Again, more local style art, more tables with sound machines and plugs and, you know, everything you could need as a guest here. And then just reminder of why you're here, right? The trail, and we've got a game room through this door that I'm going to show you, and we've got a television and a working area and a fireplace, and this is a memory foam mattress, very comfortable. Highest quality sheets, highest quality pillows, highest quality duvets and duvet covers, stuff that you would want. Man, I love this place. I got a little emotional about my grandparents there. Thanks for letting me share that. So through this door is the game room. This is still a work in progress, so bear with me here. So we've got a massive garage out here. To begin, we've got a tornado foosball table. Is there any other kind? I'm not really that great at foosball, but I've always liked tornadoes the best. Bought this on Craigslist for $450. Those of you who know foosball know that's a great deal. However, this was also reassembled incorrectly. These two were wrong, so I actually had to disassemble this and put it all back together. Everything you see in this house has had to be built. I've been building this, and I've been building that, and I've been building the chairs, and we've even got one chair on injured reserve right now, right here. So this chair is not assembled. Why? Because I figured out that if you order 500 different things on Amazon and other stores, about 3% of it is going to come without the proper hardware. So you might get lucky 97% of the time and never notice. But when you order it all at once, you end up with 15, 20 different items that have this situation where they send a bunch of stuff that doesn't fit, and you have to go to the hardware store and buy the stuff that does, or you call them and deal with it. I've been on the phone for so many hours I can't even begin to tell you. It's been to some extent a bit of a problem and a nuisance. I wouldn't call it a nightmare because I've enjoyed this entire project, but it's taken a ton of time. It's taken a lot of time away from my family. It's taken a lot of time away from other things that I work on, but I love it and it doesn't bother me. Look at what else we've done here, guys. We stockpiled this thing. Everything's brand new. Okay, we've got full-blown ping pong sets for the ping pong table that's going right here. Unfortunately, that's been a real challenge to get as well, so we're counting on that within the next couple of weeks. Bocce balls, football, baseball. Light up frisbees so you can play outside at night when the weather's nice. We've got skewers for the fire pit. We've got hiking poles. We've got oil for the tiki torches. We've got frisbee disc clubs. We've got pump for balls and tires for the bicycles that we're adding so that they have bicycles. They don't have to rent those. On this side, look at this. Not really all that impressive until you open, boom! Guys, look at all these games. Oh my God, this is a dream come true. We love games. We play games probably 4 nights a week together, if not more. All of our friends play games. We just love games. So when I'm in an Airbnb, I like this stuff. This one over here will be used for our clothing and so forth. We'll be able to put our stuff in this. On top, we've got extra stuff like starter logs and towels and other things. Over here, you can see we've got a lot of extra accessories here. And then obviously tools and so forth. We'll lock all of this stuff up when we leave. And then, of course, we've made a huge, terrible impact on the environment. I'm going to get back to that here in a couple moments. Finally, last part of the tour. We've got a stove to keep the area warm. This is a wood-burning stove. It's incredible. I used it all day yesterday while I was building furniture. And finally, over here, we've got another full bath. Very country bath. In fact, the tub is a trough. Isn't that so cool? Everything's completely functional. It's just made to look old. We've got an old saddle mirror. The seller was very sad to let that go, but we did include it in the contract and required her to leave it. And then finally, off the back door here, we have a welding shop where there's a lot more that can be earned if we were able to think out of the box. Over here in this little sand pit, we're going to put 2 big picnic tables so that people can sit over here and look at the gorgeous views when the weather turns. I mean, it's about 50 degrees out right now. It feels beautiful. And there's just no one around us. So when people come out here and use this fire pit, they can build big old fires and not disturb anybody and then jump in the hot tub. So an incredible, incredible purchase, and it sat on the market for 600 days. This property is going to produce for us $8,000 if we're using the same formula that Kevin was using in his video. Counting principal reduction as cash flow, which I do too, and speculating on appreciation, which I generally don't. But if I speculate at a 3% appreciation, which is pretty standard, I'm looking at another $20,000 every year. It's a $650,000 property times 3%. That's $1,666 a month. What do you want? The question is, what do you want? I certainly wouldn't be going out fighting for $200 or $300 per month in cash flow, not when a downturn's on the horizon. What if you get laid off? What if there's a problem with the property? What if you have to replace the roof? What if the roof costs 10 grand? You're telling me you want to spend 50 months? 50 months of your cash flow to replace the roof? Sounds really dangerous. I am conservative. I like paying off debt. I like cash flow. I like being in control. I like safety nets. Maybe you don't. Maybe you're the trapeze artist that says, I'm good enough. Maybe you're the rock climber climbing up Yosemite that says, who needs ropes? I'm not that way. I've lived through the last downturn. In the last downturn, Kevin, God bless the kid. He is incredibly intelligent, much smarter than I am, but I am more experienced. And what I'll tell you is a downturn will ruin people. And it'll ruin people who are playing with small numbers. $200 is small. So I would rather have one of these earning me $8,000 a month, call it $5,500 hard cash flow with all management taken care of, and I get to use the property for half the month, I'll take that. So you saying you want 160 properties at 200 to get to 8,000? My God, that can't be right. For some reason, I feel like my basic math is off. It's been a very long few weeks. I'm not gonna lie. I'm exhausted. It's been tough, and I'm mostly exhausted because I can't sleep because I'm so excited. So it's a fun exhaustion. But I will say I don't want that many houses and that many headaches and that many tenants to babysit and that many toilets to watch over and wonder how it's all going to be taken care of, because I'm not even sure if he's factoring management into his numbers. Are you factoring management into your numbers, Kevin? Guys, let me know in the comments section below. Kevin, I can't wait to collab with you, brother. Let me know what you think of this idea instead of those ideas. And it's not to say that you can't go out and buy amazing investment properties from Kevin that cash flow $200 or $300 a month if, in fact, eventually you're unable to short-term rent those properties. And in the meantime, if you can short-term rent the properties, make that your initial intention or game plan, and have a fallback plan. Like, okay, even if I, for whatever reason, face new legislation or changes to the rules that prevent me from renting it, now I am only able to get 200 or 300. Great, that's a safety net then. But don't go in pursuing 200 or 300. Oh, okay, so we're gonna help the environment now. We've had probably 500 boxes, as you can see. Every one of them has styrofoam and plastic in it. And so what we're gonna do is donate $2 for every box. We've had about 500 boxes. I'm gonna give $1,000 to either 4Ocean or another agency that helps in cleaning up the oceans. Now I love 4Ocean, but what I don't like is so far every time I've donated, they've sent me a bunch of those little bracelets. For every $20 I give, they send me little bracelets with plastic, recycled plastic as the decor, as kind of the jewelry. Well, I don't want more plastic. Stop sending me plastic. I'm trying to pay for the plastic I've already used. So I'm gonna look for either just giving them money without the bracelets as an incentive or find somebody else. Number two, I wanna give away $250 right now. The way I'm gonna do that is this. You've gotta head over to the Instagram page and see if you're one of the 3 people selected. In order to be considered, you've gotta drop comments. Put a comment on the video, put a comment on other videos. Every video that you comment on brings you one step closer to being potentially selected as the winner. Second, you have to be subscribed. Third, you've got to be dropping likes. Put likes on the videos. We have to see your interaction. Head on over to VIP Financial Ed on Instagram in order to determine whether or not you are one of the 3 that we've selected. The first person to claim the prize of the 3 we selected is going to be the $250 winner. I normally do $50 a week. We've been falling behind because we had an interview with Patrick Bet-David, had an interview 4 weeks ago with Dan Locke, have been collaborating with Richard Fertig from Short Term Rental University, been collaborating with Michael Matthew from Little Pink Houses of America. It's been crazy, guys. I can't even get on camera with you guys alone anymore. So thank you so much for taking this tour with me. I hope you guys liked the place. Let me know in the comment section below. Would you rather pick option A, meet Kevin's idea of a good investment, $200, $300, $400 per month in cash flow? Or would you rather pick something like this that will produce $5,500 in hard cash flow, net cash flow, without counting the principal reduction and the increase in appreciation or equity, which is actually speculative. So we can't actually count that even if we wanted to. So guys, let me know in the comments. Can't wait to hear from you. Until then, I'm gonna get back to work, start unpacking more boxes, and get out here and just enjoy this new lifestyle asset. We'll see you on the next video. Until then, make it a great day and take care.